Okay.
And if you'd like to make a heart bench, do that. I think I'm actually gonna take out my little bolster. And then find a position that really feels like where you want to start practice today. In my case, I got onto my bolster, and for whatever reason, I just needed to stretch. So I reached my arms overhead and reached through my fingertips and toes. And then it felt really delicious to let my arms relax by my sides and experience that heart opening that a heart bench affords you when you're supported on a bolster or on your blocks. And then start to follow your breath. I was reading something the other day about breath. I think it was on a Facebook forum, how much teachers cue breath. And I was reminded about how we all breathe differently. So the most important thing as you move through practice today is to notice your breath and let that breath flow in whatever natural way it flows for you. Just notice it. Let the breath be something that you're conscious about. Notice how the body expands on the inhale. And that calming that you often feel on the exhale. So you expand on the inhale. I think I said that backwards. Relax on the exhale. And although we talk about breath when we're on our mat, maybe resolve today to take that off your mat and bring that into your everyday life. So let your breath be an anchor as you move about the day and even into the evening. Anytime tensions rise, let the breath calm you down, center you. The next inhale you can lift up if you're on blocks or on a bolster like I was, and move it off to the side. We're not going to start right away with our strap, but have it handy. Do have a block handy because we will use a block for our bridge pose. But first we'll start by lengthening the body with a whole body stretch. So if your arms aren't overhead, inhale and reach them overhead. Really reach through your fingertips and through your toes. And on the exhale, bring the knees in and bring your hands to your shins. And then inhale, lengthen the legs, arms overhead. And exhale, bring knees in. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, bring knees in. And now we'll lower the feet down so that the soles contact your mat. The knees will point up towards the sky, and position those feet so they're just a little wider then hip distance. Arms can relax by your sides. Let's windshield wiper those knees. One side, and then the other. We'll do that a few times to each side. And then we'll let them stay over to the right the next time the knees fall to the right. And we'll lift that right foot and place the right ankle over the left thigh, just above the knee. Should get a nice quad stretch out of that at the same time as you're opening that right hip. Keep the breath flowing, so try your best not to hold the breath. And then inhale, release the right foot. Place the foot down on the mat and then let the knees fall to the left on the exhale. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll lift the left ankle, place it over the right thigh just above the right knee. And as you bring that right knee a little closer down to that left side towards your mat, you should notice an increase in intensity of that quad stretch. And then inhale, release. Let's set up for some bridge poses. So now our feet are hip distance apart. Our heels are in by our seat. Grab your block. You're going to have it on the narrow side between your thighs. Let the arms relax by your sides. And let's just start by inhaling and squeezing the block. And then exhale and releasing. And we'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, you can press into the feet, but keep your hips down. Just squeeze that block with the thighs. And then exhale and release. And 1 more time. Squeeze the block. And exhale, relax. And now we'll move into a familiar bridge series for you. We'll start with the arms bent. So fingertips point up towards the sky. Fingers are spread wide. Anchor those feet, soles firmly connected to your mat. Squeeze the block. And on the inhale, press into the feet and lift your seat and hold for 5. When you're ready to lower, you can exhale and lower the arms. Remove the block. Widen the feet, heel toe them over to the edges of your mat so your knees can come together. And right hand on your belly and left hand on your chest. Feel your breath. Now we'll set up for another bridge. The heels come in again close to your seat. You grab your block again, place it between your thighs. This time arms will relax by your sides with the palms down. Squeeze the block, and when you're ready, inhale and lift your seat. And maybe this time that seat comes up a little higher. I often mention bringing the chest to the chin, and that's deliberate. We don't really want the chin to the chest. It's the other way around, and that speaks to lifting those hips up. 2 more breaths. And then with control, lower down. Remove the block. Widen the feet. So just a little more than half distance apart, and we'll windshield wipe the knees to each side a couple times. And now we'll do our last bridge. I always give you a choice of sticking with either of the first 2 or following along with me, because I like to shimmy my arms underneath and interlace my fingers, starting by squeezing my block and pressing into the soles of my feet. I inhale and lift my seat, bringing that chest close to the chin, and then I shimmy shoulders and arms underneath. I interlace fingers, palms come together, and I immediately pay attention to the action going on in my triceps and biceps. And then take that even further by extending the pointer fingers. And then to really max this, you press into the pinky side of the fist you've made and draw the pointer fingers towards the heels, keeping the palms together. You might get some additional height by doing all those things. And we very thoughtfully release, letting arms relax. Release the block. And bring the knees in this time for our Apanasana. And let's rock side to side. Now find stillness for 5 breaths in your Apanasana. Scan your body. Notice if your head and neck are in line with the rest of your spine. And if your tailbone has lifted, lower it down. And then we'll move into Happy Baby. So hands can move inside of the knees, widen the knees so they are just outside of the rib cage. Begin to flex the feet and reach your hands up for the arches of the feet. Some people prefer to hold on to the outside of the feet, so do whatever feels natural to you. And here we'll start in stillness. Notice if your chin is hiked up, see if you can bring that chin into a more neutral position, and notice too if your tailbone is lifted, and see if you can lower that down to the mat. And then like we did in Apanasana, we'll begin to rock side to side. We'll be coming back to our Happy Baby after we do some additional postures once we warm up those hamstrings. For now though, we'll stay here in our Happy Baby, rocking side to side. And then release those feet. Let them come down to the mat, and we'll move into our figure 4 position. So although we're on our backs today, Alona, I hope you're appreciating that we're still opening up the body, and you can still work hard if you're inclined to do so. And let's start by keeping the left foot down on the mat, and inhale, lifting the right foot and bringing the right ankle over the left thigh. So the ankle is just, I guess you'd say, in front of the knee, because it's closer to the groin than it is closer to the ankle. And we flex the right foot, and we place the right hand on the right thigh and gently push it away. You're very gently now opening that right hip. And then inhale, lift the left foot, and as you bring it up, flex it. Let the hands come around the back of the left thigh, interlace the fingers, and if the right elbow can reach the right thigh, continue to open that right hip, pushing that right thigh away. And then again, scan your body, just like I mentioned before about the neutral position of your chin. Notice if your chin is pointed up and see if you can bring it down into a more neutral position, and maybe even be able to relax your shoulders. Both feet are flexed. And then you can stay here, or you can start sending that left leg up so that the left foot is flexed. And you should feel those hamstrings engage and lengthen. I really feel this in the IT band on the right side, even in the piriformis muscle. And then lower the left foot down, release the hands, release the right foot. And just stay still for 5 breaths before we move on to the other side. So eyes can be closed. And then we'll move on to the other side. So on the inhale, press into the right foot as you lift the left, and the left ankle then rests on the right thigh. The left knee falls out to the left side. Left foot is flexed and left hand contacts the left thigh, giving him a gentle nudge away from you. Settle in, long spine, neutral chin, relax shoulders. And we'll take it to the next step. Inhale, lift the right foot. The left knee comes in towards you as you bring the hands around the back of the right thigh, fingers interlace. As that right foot comes off the mat, you flex it, and that left elbow continues to push the left thigh away. Last variation in this pose is to send the right leg long. Try to keep the hips square, flex the right foot, shoulders relaxed, neutral chin. On the exhale, you can bend the right knee and lower the right foot. Unwind the left. And this time we'll bring the knees in, returning to our Apanasana and rocking side to side a few times. And then lower the feet down so the soles of their feet are connected to the mat. Knees are pointed up. Keep the left knee pointed up towards the sky. Bring the right knee in and clasp your hands around the right shin and give that knee a squeeze. The first squeeze, you squeeze directly in line with your torso. You exhale, you relax. But on the next inhale, as you squeeze in, draw the right knee towards the right shoulder on the diagonal. On the exhale, you'll release. And then you'll move your hands so they come around the back of the right thigh. And slowly, you start to send the right leg long, pointing it up towards the sky. And boy, did my leg shake. And then begin to point and flex that right foot. Let's do 5 point and flexes. And then we'll use that number 5 today and do 5 circles, taking that foot and rolling around the ankle in one direction 5 times. Notice the different muscles you're using in that right leg now that you don't often use. And after going in one direction 5 times, switch directions. And then you can release your arms, so let them relax by your sides. Keep that right leg extended up towards the sky. And then send the left leg long on your mat. Connect the back of the leg to the mat. So flex the left foot and press through the left heel. And then turn your attention to the right foot. Activate that right leg by flexing the right foot, pressing through the right heel. And as slow as you can with control, lower the right leg down till it connects with the mat. And a mini Shavasana for 5. Let the legs fall away from each other. Palms face up. Let your breath and heart rate settle. And then we'll bend the right knee so that the right knee is headed up towards the sky. The sole of the right foot is on the mat. And then we'll bring in the left knee towards the belly so you get that thigh and belly connection. Hands wrap around the left shin. Give it a squeeze in line with the torso. On the exhale, lower. And on the next inhale, draw that knee towards the left shoulder on a diagonal. On the exhale, let it relax. And then we move those hands to the back of the left thigh and slowly start to straighten the left leg. And now we're going to add in the flex and points for 5. So on your own, at your own pace, flex and point. And then after 5 times, start to rotate the foot around the ankle. Pick one direction to start in and do 5 circles in that direction. And then when you switch directions, you will notice, how it uses different muscles depending upon which direction the foot is rotating in. And then when you're done with your circles, let the left leg be still for a moment as it's extended up towards the sky, and you can release the hands so they rest by your sides. And then keep that left leg up as you send the right leg long, connected to your mat, pressing through the right heel. When you're ready, flex the left foot, and as slow as you can, let the left leg float down till it connects with your mat. And then again, enjoy 5 breaths here in Mini Shavasana. Now we'll start working with our strap. So have your strap handy. And start by keeping the left leg long. Take the left hand, put it on the left hip. Really connect the left calf and the left thigh with your mat and flex that left foot. Now inhale, bring the right knee in so thigh connects with the belly. We squeeze the shin so hands are around the outside of the right shin. And then we bring our strap around the foot so you can lift up. Just try to avoid rounding too much. And then once you get the strap around the foot just below the toe mound, see if you can even out how you're holding on to the strap. I actually hold close to me. I don't know if you can see me, but I bring the upper arms I actually have on my mat. And then I kick the foot into the strap so that I can feel my muscles activate. And then with that tension still in the strap, I start to extend the right leg and again have my hamstrings working here. I often forget about the other leg when I'm working with the strap in one leg. Try not to do that. Try to continue to keep the other leg active and press through, in this case, the left heel. Then we put the strap into the right hand, so right hand has both straps in it. And return that left hand to the left hip, holding the left hip down. Take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, let the right leg fall out to the right side. Now the left shoulder might start to lift. See if you can hold it down, and that's probably going to be the limiting factor into how far over that right leg goes. On the inhale, you'll let the right foot come back through the center. And as it comes through, switch the hold of the strap so it moves into the left hand. And let that right leg float over to the left side. Right arm extends to the right. Both shoulders stay on the mat. Both feet are flexed. So you're actually still pressing through both heels and you're looking over at the right hand. And then inhale, hold on to that strap of the left hand as you float the right leg back up to the center. And then you can bend the right knee, release the strap. And then we'll do this all over again on the other side. So we start the same way. Both legs are long, but you begin by activating the right leg this time, pressing the right hand down onto that right hip, really signifying how active you want to keep that right leg. And then we bend the left knee, bringing it in so you can lift up enough to bring the strap around the foot. Strap rests just below the toe mound. Try to hold onto the strap evenly as you kick that left foot into the strap. And a gentle reminder to keep pressing through the right heel as well as through the left. And even in this pose, we try to keep a neutral chin. So see if you can keep your head and neck in line with the spine. When you're ready, extend the left leg. So both feet are flexed. Settle your breath here. Pass the strap into the left hand. Let that right hand rest on the right hip. Hold it down. Press through the right heel. As you keep both shoulders connected to the mat, allow the left leg to float out to the left side. Hold on to that right hip with that right hand. Let the left foot float back through the center. Switch the hold of the strap into the right hand. And let that left leg float over to the right side. Bring your gaze over to the left hand. Connect with your breath. And then inhale, let the left leg float up. When it gets to the center, you can bend the knees so you can release the strap. And send the left leg long. And take a mini Shavasana again. Before we come off our backs, let's move into an inversion. So you can bend the knees and then send the feet long up towards the sky. So both feet are flexed. Scan your body here. See if you can release tension in your shoulders and your neck. Nice even breath here. Keep the feet flexed. Release the pose by bending your knees. Let your legs get long. And then kind of gently come onto one side and then flip over onto your belly. And come into your Sphinx pose. So set everything up. Glue the legs together. Press into the tops of your feet. Position your elbows under your shoulders. The fingers are spread wide. Top of the head pulls up a bit. And that chest moves forward between the arms as you pull the elbows back a bit. So everything stays stationary, but you've got some action going on here. And imagine you're lengthening from the waist to your toes, from the waist to the top of the head. And then release and come all the way down. Let the toes touch, heels fall out to the side. Left hand rest on top of the right. Elbows move out towards the edges of your mat, and your right cheek rests on top of that left hand. And we'll move from here into our locust pose. So the chin will come to the center of the mat and the arms will become long on your sides. And when you're ready, you'll inhale, lift your arms, lift your shoulders and chest. Keep those legs together as they lift. See if you can hold for 5. And on each inhale, see if you can get a little higher off the mat. And when you're ready, you can lower down and we'll switch the hands. So now the right hand rests on top of the left and it's the left cheek that rests on top of the right hand. And toes touch and heels fall out to the side. We'll do one more Shalabhasana. So set yourself up again, arms long by your sides. Chin on the mat, legs long, feet together. When you're ready, inhale and everything lifts off the mat. Of course, not your belly. Airplane arms, fingers spread wide, feet together. Each inhale lifting a little higher. And then exhale. Lower down and bring the hands now up close to the shoulders. And press up through a tabletop and come into an extended child's pose. So let the knees come out to the edges of the mat. Let the sit bones connect to your heels and walk your arms forward and settle in here. And then inhale, come up through your tabletop. And we're going to curl toes under and come into our dog. And we'll walk it out. And then find stillness back to our 5 breaths here. And then inhale up on your toes and exhale, soften the knees and walk the feet up to meet the hands. And inhale to a flat back. And exhale and lower. And inhale, come on up. Hands to the heart. And mountain pose. And we'll just do one series of standing poses before we move back to our mat. So on the inhale, step the right foot back, high lunge. Take it slow. See if you can get those arms back to frame your ears. Really press through the right heel. Gaze up. On the exhale, lower the right arm, open to the left side, twist. Deepen the lunge if you can. Inhale, return to your high lunge, and then hands to the heart. And let's enjoy a twist here. You can always lower the right knee. As you inhale, lengthen to the side body. Bring the right elbow outside of the left thigh. Press hands into each other. Inhale back to the center. Arms long. And then exhale. Frame that left front foot. Stay with me here. Keep the right hand down on the mat. Low lunge. And open the left arm to the left side. Lower the left hand and press yourself up. Back to your high line, and then step the right foot forward. Bring hands together. Exhale to a back bend. Inhale back to the center. And then arms relaxed by your sides. And we have enough time to do that on the other side. So inhale, starting with a high lunge, trying not to clobber my kitty. Arms frame the ears.
So there too.
Really active pose here. Really press through the left heel. Take an inhale, open to that right side. Keep the arms parallel to your mat. On the inhale, back to your high lunge, and now we'll move into that twist. Hands come to the heart. Inhale, lengthen through the side body. Left elbow over the right thigh. Inhale, back to the center with control. Arms come up. And then exhale, the hands come down to the mat on either side of the right foot. You might even want to move the left foot back a bit. Keep the left hand on your mat. And inhale, open the right arm to the side and up. Lower that right hand down, get nice and stable. And then with control, come back up to high lunge and then step the left foot forward. Bring the hands together. Gentle back bend. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Close your eyes here. 5 breaths. Strong Tadasana. Notice the heart rate. Your breath settle you here. When you're ready, flutter your eyes open. And we'll come into our squatting pose, but a nice gentle way. So inhale, your arms up, and exhale, swan dive down. And let your hands connect with the mat, so you should feel real stable here. And then heel toe your feet to the edges of the mat. And then begin to squat down, letting your hands remain on the mat until you feel ready to lift them up and bring the palms together. Try to keep a long torso here. Close your eyes and try to hold this for 10. To come out of it, we'll do so nice and gentle as well. So let the hands come down to the mat in front of you, and then press into those hands. Press up, heel toe to feet, back together. Inhale to flat back. Exhale and lower. And inhale, coming up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. And now we'll start to head back to our mat. And as I mentioned, we're going to return to our happy baby. So we'll start by inhaling, arms up. And exhale and lowering. And inhale, finding length to that flat back. Exhale and lowering. Stepping the right
Megan,
foot back,
frozen.
followed by the... Oh, really? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can now. I don't know. You were frozen, and then all of a sudden I got completely cut off. So, yeah.
How about now?
Yeah,
How
you're
about
fine.
now? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so what
Yeah,
I'm having you
it's
do
fine.
is we're going to come down into a plank. So just come back to the top of your mat and inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lower. Step the right foot back, followed by the left. Stay in your plank for 5. And then as slow as you can, lower down. And when you come down, flip over onto your back. And right away, we'll bring those knees in and come into our happy baby. And start in stillness for 5. And then we'll begin to rock side to side. And let's see how it feels to hold on to that left arch with the left knee bent, hugging the left rib cage. And then holding on to the right arch, see if you can begin to straighten the right leg, keeping the right foot flexed. And then bend the right knee and send the left leg kind of long. So you're in your happy baby, you're holding on to the left arch. It doesn't have to get completely straight. And then re-bend the left knee. Hold on to both arches, keeping the tailbone down. See if you can straighten both legs. And then we'll re-bend the knees. Knees will come together, feet are together, arms open to a T. Take a breath and let the knees fall to the right side as you exhale and bring your gaze to your left hand. And then inhale, let the knees come through the center. And they'll fall to the other side on the exhale, and your gaze moves to the right hand. Keep those knees and feet in line as you float knees back through the center. Hands can move to your shins for one last squeeze. And then let the legs get long and move into your Shavasana pose. The feet fall away from each other, arms fall away from your sides, the palms are up. You start to slow your breath and let it get a little shallower. You can deepen your breath now and bring some movement back into your fingertips and into your toes. Let your head fall to one side and then the other. And if you'd like a stretch, let your legs long, arms overhead, stretching through the fingertips, stretching through the toes. And then gently, when you're ready, coming onto your side, using your arm as a pillow. And eventually making your way up to a comfortable seat. Whatever that means for you, hands come to the heart, eyes closed or soft, thumbs pressing into the sternum. Dipping our chin towards the chest. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Thank you for your practice this morning and celebrating the divine spark that's in each and every one of us. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure. It's such a treat.
Yes, it really is a treat for me. I can tell you that. It's always, I really appreciate it. It's good. So yeah. Is Freddie coming back this weekend?
I think on Sunday, yeah, I think so. You know, and I don't think we have any significant snow to worry about. I think his plan most weekends is to come on a Sunday afternoon in time for dinner and then go back to the city on a Tuesday morning.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's he's not home for that long, but it's better than nothing.
Right. All right, I got my work to do today. I got to see if I can pull this off. I don't know how I'm going to get this module done, but so I'm just so worried that I'm worried that when I contact, important people, that they're just going to be so committed, they won't have time,
Right. I understand. You never heard back from Sheila, did you?
No.
I haven't heard from her. I actually emailed her and I have not heard from her. I emailed her about, she recommended a book that I asked her about if she really liked that book. And when we were on a conference call and she said yes. And so I thanked her for the recommendation that I really liked the book and haven't heard back from her either.
Yeah,
So maybe,
you never know, right? You never know what they're deciding becomes a priority one day to the next, you know.
right.
But the good news is there's 5 hours of content that Shay Cox had given us for the last module, when the pain module was revised just a little bit. And so I've got her 5 hours, and then she's agreed to do at least 2 additional. So that's 7. That's a lot.
Fantastic. Good.
And so if Mary Ellen agrees to do a lot of the basic science, because that's my preference, is for her to really talk about receptors and the way NSAIDs work and opioids work, and, you know, go through the pharmacokinetics and the pharmacology and physiology, then I
Right.
prefer that the people that have clinical experiences really bring in, you know, like I'm hoping that Paulo Stegao will go through recognizing pain in the cat, because that lecture he gave at AFP was so great.
Yes, fantastic. Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to reach out to him. I'll reach out to Sheila again. There's somebody, Mark Epstein. I don't know if you know him, but
I do.
so Mary Ellen wants me to reach out to him. So if each of them will just give me, is he a good speaker?
Yes. He's a good
So-
speaker, good person. He's Jewish, obviously. Yeah.
So I'm hoping, you know, and so just have to hope, right?
Right. Right. I think it'll be fine.
But we'll see. All right, I gotta go.
I gotta go too. Bye. Take care.
Bye.